3. Hey, 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 I have a familiar face on here again.
What's up? It's me, DylanBailey. I am sleepless. I don't know. BananaPieLord. So many different aliases at this point. Goober Smooches now. I don't even know who I am at this point.
Goober Smooches totally came out of nowhere, and... Ooh, ooh, there we go.
Hey,
Alright. Um,
dude, what
so,
fizzy drink are you popping right now?
a peach seltzer from Wegmans, my guy.
Dude, this is way too fancy for me. I just got plain water over here.
Oh, I'm insane right now. I have a pear cardamom French soda,
Oh my god.
um, and a pineapple San Diego craft soda. Yeah. Anyway,
Dude, dude, you fill that with some chicken sausages, man? We're gonna have a good night.
that's right. The last time we left off, it was all about chicken sausage.
Dude,
Yeah.
every time like I've seen you in my stream, I just think of chicken sausages and then I get hungry. So I don't know what that information does for you, but it's out there now.
That is so awesome. And it's so interesting because obviously on your stream on Twitch, I'm going under a different name than I'm on my YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hello everybody. This is another episode of Too Many Casts, the talk show where we talk about too many topics in a world that has too many podcasts today. Wow. Um, I'm here with BananaPieLord, the one, the only. Um, and it's so interesting. Since the last time we talked, you've been making some waves again. So it's very interesting. You have been streaming on Twitch a lot more recently. Like I think for a bit you were doing it like once a week, and then now you're doing it like almost every day. Um,
Yeah.
and it was so funny because you're playing a lot of Minecraft, and I think that's totally cool. I don't know. Here's the deal, right? You are, to me, like I said last time, like you are such a you're that like golden era of like 2010, 2013 YouTuber
Yeah.
era, and a lot of that was like Minecraft and horror games, pretty much. Um,
So true.
and yeah, and I actually wanted to talk about your old Minecraft parkour series. But funnily enough, you've been trying to do some more parkour again on Twitch stream within the last like few days. Tell me about
Yeah.
that. Tell me about that. What is Minecraft parkour like to you at this
Well,
point?
it's a little bit better now after I've played this one map because I didn't go insane. But previously, if you had asked me that, like I just would have had like war flashbacks of just playing a just horrible, evil parkour map. Um, so from Tetrix, like back in the day, I don't know if he still makes maps or not, but he made really popular parkour maps that were so insanely difficult, and I didn't know at all how to like use any of the commands like when you're playing. So I don't think I knew how to use crouch. So like when you crouch, you can stop at a corner and not fall off. I think I did a few episodes where I didn't know anything about that. So forever in my brain, I associate parkour with just like absolute masochism, 100%.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, because so a friend of mine recently, we were talking around and hanging out, and he brought up the fact that I guess like I don't know if he was watching it recently or if it just like came into his head, but he was like, "Yo, you remember Banana Pilord when he played Minecraft parkour? That was so funny." And I'm like, "Yes, it was actually." Um, and this past week, um, coming off of last weekend, I've actually been like making like a playlist of like your old Minecraft parkours.
Dude, really?
I've been like throwing a playlist together because I'm like, this was actually definitely like one of your like comedic peaks with
Oh,
your older stuff.
100, dude. I think back to that and like in terms of like comedy and then in terms of probably like editing, that was hands down the best thing I'd ever done. Like hands down. I mean, like it was extremely painful, but you know what, man? No pain, no gain, homie. Also, not to derail it, even though I guess technically it's not derailing it because we're actually still on topic. But um, I've been bringing up that I want to play through the old Tetrix map again because I haven't touched it since that series ended.
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
Googled it, and
Mm, heck
but I
yeah.
won't have the chicken to censor myself, so I don't know if it's a good idea.
That's right. Oh my god. Yeah. No. So see. Oh god. See, this is such an interesting thing because I'm kind of stuck in old YouTube in the sense that like I I miss when like a lot of stuff was a lot more edited and like around like 11 minutes
Yeah.
and so on. And nowadays people want like 4-hour videos and I'm like fucking why? Like um and I definitely like sympathize and kind of see myself alongside the people who like take like a few months to put a video out. Um
Yeah.
Even though I put a video out every day.
I'm proud of you,
um
dude.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if you've just taken like a quick look at my YouTube channel. You don't have to watch anything, but like if you see it, it's all like right now it's this video game called Marble It Up, um, and this other video game called Path of Exile, um,
Oh
and
yeah, dude, I've seen you playing PoE a lot, man.
yeah, yeah. Um, well, you know that's a topic that we have on our list today.
Hey.
Um, so yeah, so yeah, man. I guess I'm just gonna. I don't know how I got here, but I'm just gonna keep on going. So,
Let's do it.
so recently I've been playing a lot of Marble It Up and Path of Exile because I am totally about sticking with what works, but
Yeah.
I don't want to rest on those laurels too much and be totally like lazy and like non-rotating. And so I noticed that Marble It Up is a, and so I'm like a small YouTuber, right? Like not even like medium, like I'm small. And um, so for my standards, what I think gets a lot of views for me, um, except for videos like this, because obviously this will probably get at least like 20 right off the bat, because we got the man, the myth, the legend.
Dude, we're
Um,
reaching YouTube peaks, man. Whoo, doggy.
but for me, a video that gets like a good amount of views is like around
Yeah.
five and beyond. And so I'm like, okay, I was looking, so I was looking through my YouTube channel one day. And I was like, okay, all the Marble It Up videos, or most of them anyway, are getting like five or more.
Mhm.
And a lot of other games are getting like, four or less. And so I was like, okay, here's the deal. Boom. Constantly try to find ways to like just keep on playing Marble It Up, because that's what people seem to like, I guess. But rotate it and have some fun. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do like Marble It Up one day and Path of Exile the next day. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at, and because I forgot how much I loved Path of Exile, because the other day I was like, I want to play a dungeon crawler, but
Yeah.
I want to play. I also want to play something that like kind of has like a lot of fun lore and looks like well done and stuff. And I was like, oh well, Path of Exile is this like like fucking stupid MMORPG that looks like it's like budget Diablo 3. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna play some budget Diablo 3. Um, so hell yeah. Um, what is your take? What is your history with Path of Exile?
Oh man. So I first off, I would just like to say I love the duality between like you're playing a game about freaking marbles and then immediately over into like this intense dungeon crawler. I love it. The duality of it is just beautiful, man.
I'm trying to get there. Yeah.
I've played a little bit of Path of Exile. I haven't played much. I think do you know who Kriparian is? You ever heard of that streamer?
Isn't he a Hearthstone streamer?
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know if
yeah.
maybe he still does. I haven't watched him in years, but Hearthstone, I'm pretty sure was his biggest thing. But he
Oh,
played Path of Exile for a while, so I watched him stream it. So I know about the game and I know a good chunk of it.
yeah, yeah.
From everything I've seen, and everything I've heard people say, man, they like it more than Diablo 3 for sure. So
That's
I don't know.
awesome.
Have you played Diablo 3? Like, can you compare it yourself or?
So it was a bit of a meme of me to say, but like, because I did play it back when I was like 17 or 16.
Mhm.
So wow, we God.
You
But
old man.
yeah, right, dude, Jesus. I don't understand the lingo these days. People say fucking you're a sussy baka. I'm like, what? Get out of my house. But
If somebody comes into your house and that's like what they say, though, you should probably kick them out, man.
so back when I was 16, the games have in common. Diablo 3, PoE, they got isometric fantasy superpower characters, classes, right?
Yeah.
And big lore. Um, so yeah, and it's there's a lot of long range too, right? Like I remember playing Diablo 3, and I was playing the only is there the only character actually? Never mind. I think there's only one character which is this like dude with long black hair voiced by Crispin Freeman, and like he like just shoots an ice ray at enemies. That's what I remember.
It's the
From
only
like a
way to go,
distance.
man.
Yeah, yeah. Um, that is interesting that people. That is very interesting to me that people actually like PoE better than Diablo.
Oh
Um,
yeah. So I got a follow up to that one. Have you
oh yeah,
seen or heard about like Path of Exile 2?
I've heard about Path of Exile too. I have not seen it. I am. What the heck's going on there?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering because like I don't know like what they're planning to do with it because I thought Path of Exile 1 was like doing pretty good, but I don't know. It looks pretty cool though, man. From everything I've seen. But
yeah.
again, I don't know anything about it, so I don't. I tried. I tried to make that sound interesting, and then yeah, I forgot. I didn't know anything about it.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like I totally need to look at that. Um, Path of Exile 2. I'll look at it one day.
That's
'Cause no,
right, man.
that's totally right. I totally should be looking into that. It's like Guild Wars 2. Everyone, I feel like I missed out by never playing Guild Wars. I was into dude. I don't know when Guild Wars was coming out. What was I fucking? I was doing Trine and Viva Pinata. Like, you ever get into Guild Wars?
So I never got into the original one. Tyler actually played a ton of Guild Wars 2 when he was younger.
Mm.
And fun fact, his name was Coas Summoner because somebody took Chaos Summoners, so he thought the most logical thing to do was switch those two letters. I've dogged him about it probably for like 8 years now. But like Guild Wars 1, I played a bit. It was okay. I kind of hated it because it was like so small. And ironically enough, that we're talking about Guild Wars, I wasn't expecting that game to come up. Um, I had bought Guild Wars 2 when it came out, like what 2015 or something. I don't know how old that game is now. Old.
Mm-hmm.
But I bought it and I was like, oh dude, I've still got like my account, so I logged in. I think a month ago, and I started playing through it. Dude, it is actually a really good game, surprisingly. Like so different from the first one. It's so big and open, and like the story in it is insanely good. It's really cool.
Yeah, man, I love games that are big, open, and gaping. Hell yeah, man.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh man, yeah. Um, and then yeah. So yeah, I have no intuition for Guild Wars except for some of the music. Sometimes these days, since I don't know if you've seen this or not, but like YouTube nowadays, they really push like ambient music, and I don't even mean like meditative music. I mean there's shit that's like, ooh, excuse me, mommy.
Woohoo,
It's
doggy.
it'll be like, scary gothic music to make you feel like you're in the 1800s, 2 hour mix.
Dude, that's okay. So it's funny.
Yeah.
I get those like those mixes, but mine are like for whatever reason YouTube is like Dylan loves lo-fi RuneScape 4 hours worth, and
Hey.
I'm not saying I don't because I actually clicked on one the other day and it was pretty good, but like I don't know why they recommended it to me, man. I really don't.
Wow. Yeah. Holy, yeah. Now, see, I also write a lot because I'm a writer, so that I can't get enough of stuff like that. But
Oh
I've
yeah.
noticed that that's like a thing now. Like,
Hmm.
even as a, it's kind of weird because maybe I have a bias, but like, I feel like even in my own little world, I can tell that there are other people in it that aren't normally there, and I'm like, is this getting like popular? And I think sure enough it is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So, all right. So yeah, your Minecraft parkour is legendary stuff. Um, but oh, real quick, random question. Random question of the
Ooh,
episode.
yes,
What's your favorite
sir.
kind of taco? You got a favorite taco?
Wow, that is wow. We jumped from Guild Wars to RuneScape Lo-Fi to tacos.
I feel like it's going to be amazing whiplash to listen back to this and be like, wow, what the fuck? Yeah,
You're never expecting.
30%. Oh my.
Who knows, dude? I
Dude,
don't even know.
sixty
It might be
percent
more. I don't
feels
know.
bad. If 60%
True.
feels bad, 30's awful. Let's see. Well, um, love to talk about Sonic. Awesome. I feel like we've really broached that. Um, going away
I found out
down.
I'm a Sonic lore expert, and I don't know how to feel with this information, bro.
Well. Do you know about Sonic lore expert over here? All right. Do you know about Shadow the Hedgehog's tragic backstory, my dude?
Dude, I don't, man. I don't, bro.
Oh my gosh. I was watching this video essay, because YouTube is now all video essays and ambient music these days, and like,
Yeah.
there was a video essay from this guy talking about how Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is actually very anti-cop.
What?
It's more so about being anti-military and sort of making a commentary on militarism, because Shadow the Hedgehog is literally a byproduct of over-militarization. Because in the Sonic canon, when he's around, the whole thing is that they're all, when they're all on Earth, the whole thing about Robotnik's backstory is that there's been this one world military called Gun, and that one thing leads to another, and the the Robotnik has to be up in space to try and create this like cure for his either daughter or granddaughter Maria's illness. Um, and if you think about that, it's likely because the world has invested so much money into the one world military, and not a lot in medicine and stuff and healthcare. So Robotnik is like this weird symptom of like over militarization. And I'm like, holy crap, why is that so like deep? And then the whole like thing is like Maria ends up getting killed by one of like the cops that work for Gun, or the
Yeah.
soldiers, um and that like sends Shadow on like his spiral of revenge. And it's just like, and then Sonic Adventure 2 starts off with Sonic escaping prison because he got blamed for something Shadow did. It's like, and it's, the whole thing is like, oh, obviously it's not meant to be taken seriously. It's this fun little escapist fantasy, but like, it's really weird that out of all the ways to be escapist and fantastical, they went
Yeah.
with like something that's actually kind of pretty loaded if you look at it.
So I'm gonna be straight with you, man. Like, if you had omitted like Sonic and any mentions of like Sonic related stuff while you described that, I totally would have thought you were talking about Metal Gear Solid. Like
Metal
100%, dude.
Wow. Yeah. That's right. That's right. That's right. Because Metal Gear Solid. Yes. Yes. I know. I've
Yeah,
seen.
dude, you throw a big boss in there or like a snake or something, man.
That's
Come on,
right.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, Metal Gear Solid. That's right. That's also a very political, left-leaning thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kojima's
Um.
something else, dude.
That's right. Yes. The I don't know what his name is. The Japanese guy who makes the series is actually very left-leaning, leftist, progressive. Yeah.
My favorite thing about doing any kind of like talk with you is just like I never know where the rabbit hole is gonna lead, and it's so interesting to think that we started off talking about like just little dinky games and then tacos, and then now we're talking about like the anti-cop theme of freaking
Of Sonic.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. I know. I know. So that's awesome. With that said, let's now go ahead. Dragon Age. So much like Sonic the Hedge. Oh, real quick, one last shout out
Yeah.
I wanted to make. Um, there is a podcast on YouTube, and it is called Sunset City Podcast, and it is a podcast that has like 24, 25 episodes out already, and it's all about Sonic. like it's a Sonic fan podcast.
Hey,
There's a guy on there who I was told is popular, and I should mention he's called the Game Apologist. I don't know if you've heard of him, but
I think so.
yeah, he apologizes about games.
Nice, nice.
And with Sonic, I guess you better, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But so yeah, that's a thing I totally was taking inspiration of from for this. But Dragon Age, Dragon Age is a game that is having a new game coming out, and it's like a stupid one. It's like the levels of like it's sort of on par with like Bethesda's Elder Scrolls 6 thing, but there's like a brief Dragon Age trailer for a new game to come out
Oh
at some
wow.
point.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna come out in 2022.
Nice. Okay.
Dude, that's not far away, man.
This is how EA gets back in our good graces, is they give
Yeah,
us
right.
good shit before Elder Scrolls 6.
Well, let's be completely honest here, man. I think every company's in everyone's good graces just because of how awful Blizzard's been, like just recently.
That is true, and if you want to get into that, I won't hold you back because, hey, man, topics
Uh,
galore over here.
Open to anything, dude. But
Me too.
Dragon Age, man.
Yeah. So, I just was going to bring that up because that is also something that, as of 2021 has had a lot of fanfare talk around it as well, just as much as Sonic. Um, because, the whole thing with Sonic was that it's the 30th anniversary and they're making a new Sonic game called Sonic Colors Ultimate. But with Dragon Age 4, or whatever, is supposed to come out, as you said, I guess, in the next year. So let's talk about what we've seen up to this point. I played Dragon Age Origins when I was in middle school. So, like, even. Oh, God. Yuck. I was like 11, 12, 13. And I vaguely remember it. Obviously, well, I've been playing it again. And so it's all been coming back to me. But
Yeah.
basically, you're some sort of student at some sort of academy that isn't um, the Templar agency like yet, but you get like recruited and whisked away to them later, like in sort of still in the early game. But you're either a mage or a swordsman or whoever, some sort of class, and then you're at this school, and then I didn't realize how like scary that game is. That game is nuts. That game is horrifying. Like I
Oh
thought,
yeah.
like it's so weird because I personally love it. When RPG game atmosphere and ambiance pushes it so hard that it like you're like, am I still playing like ha 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 kill some dragons game, or am I playing like Silent Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got anything to add?
Oh man. Okay, so you've played Origins. Have you played the other two?
Um, I not
Because there's
really.
a lot to
I
be said about there's a lot to be said about Dragon Age 2.
so I wanted to play Inquisition, but during that time I went with Witcher 3 because I think they both came out in 2015, and I went with Witcher 3.
That was a wise choice.
Um, but I played 2 for a split second, and then I was like, it was one of those things where I didn't really get into it, and then at the time, all
Uh,
my friends were also like, "Dude, Origins is better because you can choose between 6 different stories, and 2 is only about Hawk." And I'm like, "Fuck it, you're right." And then I went back to Origins. But
dude,
I was watching famous LPer, who has now ascended into being Lord knows what. I was watching Jesse Cox play Dragon Age Inquisition a bit ago.
oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. Game's hard as shit.
Yeah, it is. So it's actually really funny you mentioned that because I played Inquisition like when it came out because I was a huge fan of Knights of the Old Republic. So like the first one and then the second one, I loved them. I played the crap out of them, and I got Inquisition, and I guess I was expecting it to be just like that. And dude, I died so much. I did not have an easy time with Inquisition, or I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Origins.
Huh,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and it never got easier for me, man. Like maybe maybe I was like just dumb or something, but man, I struggled like constantly in Origins. Like I don't know, dude, it was hard for me. Like really good story-wise and everything, but I sucked at the combat. I would die so often. It was terrible.
Um, totally
Oh my
agree.
gosh.
One of the
Um,
things about Dragon Age that I hated and was such a struggle for me was fast travel, because you could fast
yeah.
travel, but it wouldn't stop you from running into enemies as you fast traveled. And
Uh,
so, and the thing about that was you obviously couldn't control what kind of enemies you were bumping into, so sometimes it would just be such an overpowered army and you would just die. Rip.
anything?
Yeah, yes and no. Um, it's like I like and I dislike. So here's the thing. I actually don't. So for starters, I don't have a fear of heights. That's not what gets me. Um, I don't know what it is. My mom has a fear of heights. I don't. It's not, and it's not heights I'm afraid of. It's I don't know. It's like being like locked in as you're like at a high place. Just
Oh yeah.
that lack of like I don't know like control or something. You know,
Yeah.
like being strapped in 8 different ways, being fucking held for ransom at like
Yeah.
50 feet in the air. I'm like, I
Sounds
hate
fun.
that. Yeah. Um, but on the contrary, um, when I'm on like a water slide, um, at a water park, and I do water slide rides, which are theoretically more dangerous because it'll be like the same height of like this giant water slide, and you're in like a tube,
Yeah.
and theoretically you could flip out of that tube or something. But those ones are the ones where like I'll actually go down backwards in them, and I'll like have my head and back facing like behind me as I'm like free falling down a water slide, because I'm fucking crazy, I guess, because I don't have like a fear of heights, um,
Jeez, dude.
but um, and the thing with roller coasters is in the midst of them, when I'm on them and when it's all happening and I can't escape it and I just have to roll through with it, it is to me it's a weirdly spiritual experience because it is 100% you are in no control. You are going at like, really fast. Yeah, I don't know. Like there was one time right I just felt like just energy. Like right? Because you're like, "Oh my God, like this is it. Like this
Yeah.
could be it. This could be the end." And there's this weird sense where when you're in it and you just are in the midst of it, you just are like, "It's been good."
Yeah.
And I just feel like atoms and energy right now, just
Oh
blowing
yeah.
through. Um and I tell people that and they're like, never mind. I guess you hate roller coasters. I'm like, I don't know, man. They're like, okay, fine, I get it. You hate roller coasters. You were so pissed scared. I'm like, I don't know if I would call it that, but yeah. But I guess at King's Dominion we have this thing called the Eiffel Tower, and
Mhm.
it's funny because it's this giant elevator ride that you can go up to the tippy top and see the rest of the park from, and I am, and it's funny because the higher you get up in the tower, the more wobbly each floor is, and that scares
Oh,
some people like mad. Like
yeah.
I remember I was there once with an old friend years ago, and they hated it. Like they like looked down. They could not look down, and they were like they huddled in like the middle of the floor.
Hmm.
Um, and meanwhile, I actually went over to the ledge and like actually like bent over it a little bit and like looked down at like a tree and people walking by the food court. Yeah. Um, it's the weirdest thing, man. So I don't make it a point to go to roller coaster rides, but
Dude,
yeah.
you definitely got some kind of like freaky adrenaline crap going on there, man. I don't think most people can relate to some of that, but that's like that's super impressive to me because like that stuff freaks me out so bad. But
Yeah.
okay, so when you mentioned the water parks, dude, okay, I have not been able to go to a water park for like years at this point. And the reason is I read this thing. I don't know if it was happening in my area or just like somewhere else in America. Who the frick knows? It's a big place. Um, so these teenagers, I think it was teenagers, probably, damn teenagers, but like they put razor blades down some of the slides, and
Ooh,
so yeah, so people were sliding down and then just sliced like mad, dude.
ooh,
Like
that's a nut.
super,
Okay,
all yeah,
yeah.
all over their legs, all like up the back and everything. Oh my god. So I've had this horrible mental image of like going down a water slide and enjoying it, and then the next thing I know, just razor blades. So like it's in my head forever, dude. Like I look at a water slide and I see razor blades and I see blood and I see death and I'm like, nope, that's not fun. I ain't
Holy,
doing that.
holy, owie, my nut. I was down in Florida, and I went to this place called Cypress Gardens. Have you ever been
Oh, I
there?
know where that's at.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. hmm And that had a few water rides,
Hmm.
water adjacent rides, anyway. Um, yeah. If you hear any munching in the background, I'm eating some Irish potato chips. Um, hell yeah, gluten free. Um,
Dude, yeah. Now we're
so, I,
talking. Come
so
on
I know
now.
it's really Irish. It's a name that you can't pronounce. Um, and it basically tastes like barbecue chips Lay's, except more like more notes. I swear. I don't know. I hate to be so European, even though I basically am. But I feel like so many like you ever here's a random thing, random topic, random tangent changer.
Yeah.
um, I feel like sugar actually like nullifies a lot of notes and flavors in food. Whenever I have had unsweetened things, and it's
Hmm.
just like the flavor of whatever is actually the thing that's in there, um, I get like so much more notes. Like I'm like, oh, that's like what is it? I had like unsweetened uh yam cake one time,
Hmm.
and it was like yams from like the Philippines or something. And oh my god, like it didn't taste great, but it tasted like something. Like it was. I had these notes of like the flour. I could still taste like the yams and like the eggs and everything that went into it.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I eat like really sugary American food, I can't taste anything. I'm like, why does this taste like nothing? There's no notes. It's just sugar.
Yeah. Yeah. No, dude, 100%, man. 100%. And like the worst thing about the sugar is like it's addictive. Like even even though it like masks everything, like that crap is addictive. And like I've found like if I'm consistently eating sugar, especially, it's like man, my taste buds just become dead and like lifeless when I go to something without it because I'm so used to that like big surge of like sugar that's like you said like masking everything, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm not used to the subtle little flavor pops that are coming out because I'm so used to that big bang boy of energy, dude. That was not the most eloquent way I could describe that. But big bang boy of sugar. You know, I'll just let that hang out
I
there
think
for a
that was one
little
of the
bit.
bombs dropped on Japan in World War II, but okay. Yeah. So, I guess the next thing is I wanted to toss the ball. So I had another topic that I wanted to like ask about because it was actually something that I have talked about in a Let's Play that I'm doing on my own corner. But real quick, or not real quick, totally take the floor if you feel the need. Um, I've been obviously just bouncing through all the topics here, initiating a lot of them. What's something on your mind recently?
Oh man. I feel like a deer in the headlights whenever that kind of question is asked because there's so much going on, but then as soon as it comes up, it's like, wait a second, what's my name? Oh god.
Yeah, that's so true.
Um, Dang, dude. Oh, sorry, I put my table there.
Ooh.
Man, dude, probably like, dude, all that crap with Blizzard that's been going on. That's probably that's the one thing I've been following like crazy, and especially gaming related for sure.
hmm
that's a weird situation. From the, the sexual harassment allegations to tons of staff being let go, tons of staff quitting, lead directors being fired and let go. Um, really weird. And then like the worst part is, have you ever played WoW? I can't remember if you said you did or not.
Um. Oh God. Oh, hold on. One moment, sir.
Oh, you're good,
Um.
dude. You just slurp it up, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. Slurp, slurp. Um. I did once upon a blue moon. So let's see. Forever ago, when I was 10, me and a friend played WoW at his house, and what he would do is he would make files for me to play on his like subscription or whatever, and I'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, bro." And then when I was like, "What?" I was maybe a Tauren then, if
Well,
because I
Torin was
don't.
the cow, dude.
Um, I was the one that looked like God from Hearthstone. What the? I looked like the druid from Hearthstone,
The druid from, I think that's a night elf then.
or Illidan. I either looked like that or Illidan.
Oh, well then, yeah, that's definitely more on the elf side, for sure.
Okay, that was probably a night elf druid. Okay, okay,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. What's this dude's name again? Tyrael or something? I don't know. Yeah, that's a night elf. Yeah.
okay, yeah, yeah, heck yeah.
All right. Well, you picked a good class because druid's one of my favorites, so I'm not judging you too
Hey.
hard. Uh, so, dude, like the crazy thing with WoW, and I just saw this like a couple days ago. Let me see if I can find it real quick without this being like super awkward. Um,
Broom, broom, broom.
WoW has taken like the biggest hit. I think it's probably taken in a long time. Um,
Oh yeah,
it
I've seen this on TikTok. People are boycotting it now, aren't they?
Yeah, well, so the thing is, I've talked to a few people about this, and I've asked people's questions about it, and they're like, oh man, I can't believe people are quitting over like, these allegations, and it's like, just play the game. You don't need to like go all crazy and all this kind of stuff over a game, right? They're a faceless company at the most part. I mean,
Uh-huh.
employees, it's not going to hamper your way of playing the game. It's like I get that point of view, um, but what I've kind of like talked to those people about is like the reason people are quitting right now um, isn't necessarily because of the allegations, which I mean they're horrible. I'm not saying they aren't, but for the past like man 5 years, I think the WoW fan base has been kind of upset at a lot of stuff that Blizzard's been doing, and
Hmm.
that the allegations were the catalyst to all of it. So, like when Shadowlands came out last year in like I don't know November or something or October, I think it was November. It was just another expansion that was filled with all these pointless gimmicks and these like waste your time things, right?
Hmm.
And that's something that the WoW community has been really vocal about. When Battle for Azeroth came out, a lot of crap in there was a waste your time thing, like time gated content non-stop, just to keep you playing. It wasn't even fun at that point. And the big meme was like, I've got a job, and then my second job is WoW, and it's like it
Yeah,
just became such a chore. And so I think with the allegations, I think with Shadowlands being so bad, I think with Blizzard just kind of being scummy about the way that they launched the Burning Crusade with the boosts, with the deluxe edition to get you like the in-game mount. I think,
yeah.
man, dude, like it was just a catalyst, dude. All the players were annoyed and frustrated, and then on top of that, to make it even worse, do you know who Asmongold is?
Not off the top of my head. No.
So Asmongold was like the number one WoW streamer. I mean, the dude was pulling in like, I don't know, 20, 30, maybe even more thousand viewers per stream. And he
Wow.
would just play WoW and like goof around.
Hmm.
Um, well, he decided, I think before all the allegations and stuff came out, he decided to try Final Fantasy 14. And surprisingly, dude, he ended up loving it. His stream, he had like the most viewers ever when he started doing Final Fantasy 14. And so Final Fantasy 14 was starting to get like a bunch of new players and a bunch more spotlight. And Final Fantasy 14 for the past like 3 years, I want to say, has been creeping up on WoW.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the allegations come out, people start getting upset. People are like looking at the game and they're like, man, there's all these other games that people are playing. You know, the biggest WoW streamer just basically moved over to another MMO.
Yeah.
And then you've got all the other WoW like YouTubers who are like quitting. Like they're quitting the game. Like they're frustrated with it. They're like the classic community's frustrated with it. Retail's frustrated with it. So you've got all these big people quitting, and then you've got like the big streamers quitting, and so now, WoW used to be at like, I don't know, dude, like over 10 million subscribers or something.
Hmm.
What they just clocked in is like under 2 million. So it is insanely, insanely, insanely low. Um,
Wow.
and like queue times are crazy. Like people are having a hard time finding groups, man. It's
Hmm.
so nuts to like see how a company can just, man, and like you can have like a pretty crappy product, um and you build up resentment with your fan base, and then it's kind of like a volcano, you know what, like it just it
Me when I go to my local game store.
dude, so
Yeah.
we used to have a local game store in my area, but it shut down and now it's somewhere else, so I miss it like crazy. I'm glad that you have a local game store because those things are special, man.
I have three.
What?
We have three over here.
Holy crap.
And I'm pretty sure one of them is like has religious undertones, but nobody seems to believe me. But I'm like,
What?
this place has religious undertones. So like you know how like obviously businesses across the country will front a kind of like secular appeal, and anybody who is anybody can enjoy them, right?
Yeah.
But like obviously like certain businesses will have like huge Christian undertones, like Chick-fil-A or Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
Um, we have a local game store, and I'm pretty sure they have like religious undertones. Um, I just from what I've seen, and I don't know how much I can like repeat, but like just from what I've seen in the mannerisms of the workers and stuff, I'm like, what's going on? Like, and I don't think it's like a bad thing, but I'm like, it's very just peculiar. I'm
Yeah.
like, huh, what? Okay, like yeah, it's different.
No, no, dude, I feel you, man. Like, there is this just this very specific aura that like Christian or like religious people will give off, especially when they're trying to like make a really good impression to people that they think like are secular or aren't saved or something. And
Yeah.
they it just gets like it's like an uncanny valley kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
It's like weird. It's like I know there's something off here, but I can't necessarily put my finger on it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I could completely. Yeah. My God.
Dude,
Yeah.
I hope there's like some weird like underground like shrine or cult or something in that game store. That would be a fantastic. That would be so great, dude.
That
They
would be.
try. You're gonna start going there
Yeah.
more, dude. And they're gonna be like, "Hey, buddy, we're gonna initiate you."
That's that's gonna happen. I can already see it now. I've already spent more than like probably $200. I mean, just
Holy crap!
collectively, like collectively over like this span of half a year.
Oh, okay,
Um,
that's not too bad then.
yeah, over the span of 6 months or so, I've spent over $200 at that game store, likely.
Okay,
Um,
so the real question now is like when you go to that game store or a game store, like what do you end up buying? Like, are you buying games? Or are you buying like
I'm
Magic
buying
the Gathering cards?
Magic the Gathering, basically.
I freaking knew it, dude. The original microtransaction. Okay, that's all I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, that's such a good point. Oh my God, I love that. That's a good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah, but we have three. We have them, and then we have, and it's weird because each of them have their own. They have their own particular game that
Hmm.
they'll front, but all of them will have the capacity and the capability to play all sorts of board games or card games, but you know which one is really the one for the other. Like right now in the card game board game world, the big ones are Warhammer 40K, Magic the Gathering, and Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm.
And oh, and Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess, and Pokemon. Um, and what happens is, and actually, mainly it's Pokemon right now.
Yeah.
And what's happening is the store that I go to a lot, their main thing seems to be Magic the Gathering. There's another store down to another towards another shopping center, still in the same city. Um, they do Pokemon. And then there's another store, and they really do Warhammer 40K. Um,
Ooh, the real nerds go to that one, dude.
yeah. Oh, precisely. I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah. Um,
I used to paint Warhammer miniatures, man. So like
oh my
that
god.
that
Yeah.
nerd life, bro, I know about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. I so here's the thing, man. Um, in terms of any other like board game, card games other than MTG, um, I'm curious about Settlers of Catan. I want to get into Settlers of Catan.
Mm.
Um, and then I am I am very like the more that each day passes when I go to my local card game shop, mixed up with this one video game series called Warframe. Um,
Oh my god. Dude, I feel like if you mention that to like a hardcore Warhammer player, I don't know if you'd be able to like tell that tale afterwards. They'd probably take you out or something, dude.
yeah, likely, but yeah, it is weird. And all of those stores do play the other person's game, but they
Yeah.
mainly play those games at those places. But yeah, yeah, it is actually really weird. And then we have a fourth one, but I don't know what the hell that is. Like I went in there
Yeah.
and it's by an Aldi's, and I went in one time and they have like some anime figurines. So I'm like,
Nice.
okay, for sure, this is a fucking weeb jack off store, whatever. But then like there wasn't any like card games or board games. It was just like anime girl figurines. They had like a
Oh no.
life-sized. I'm pretty sure they had a life-sized LOLI figurine when I was there.
Oh no, dude. Oh no, dude.
So that was interesting. So I'm like, I remember just feeling a little disappointed. I'm like, oh, you guys have the potential to be like such a cool game store, but they don't fuck with that. Yeah,
Dude, listen, man. They know. They know what their audience wants, man.
yeah,
Oh, dude, I got a special place in my heart for like hardcore weeb stores or just like areas of that. It's just like I don't know, man. I was such a weeb growing up. Like it was
yeah,
really bad. So even though it's like mega cringe at times, and that kind of stuff is like actually really creepy,
yeah.
especially if somebody buys that. Uh, it's still got a soft spot for all the anime stuff, dude. The weeb in me, like it hasn't died fully.
Yeah. Um, yeah, funny thing then about my username. So recently I've been actually reading like Western paperback books, right? Like I actually have the Witcher series. Um, so my books right now, my reading is woo, Witcher, Blood of Elves by Andrzej Sapkowski.
Mm.
And then Chaucer's Canterbury Tales in Middle English.
Oh
Jacques
wow.
Jacques Derrida, um, who's an Argentinian and French philosopher. Um, then I'm reading Cassandra Clare, Clockwork Princess, or
Yeah.
yeah. And then I was reading another thing that's it's like young adult fiction. Oh, and then like I'm reading a Dragon Age book that like this guy named David Geider wrote. I know,
Yeah.
right? Something that wasn't written by fucking R.A. Salvatore in the canon of like video game books. Um,
I
so
was
I know.
waiting to see if you're gonna drop the R.A. Salvatore in there, dude.
Yeah, yeah, right. Um, but a while back, um, not that long ago, I used to read a lot of manga. Um, in fact, I was on a website called AniList, and it's I like to think it's I used to think that it was the cooler My Anime List, but
Oh
I
no.
don't know, dude. The mods on there are annoying. um, but um, I'm on AniList, and my name is Monumento, and that's where that name originally came from was AniList because I originally here's the thing I wanted it to be Manifesto, um, Manifest Memento,
Okay.
and I wanted to shove those words together, manifested memento into menimento.
Yeah.
And then I looked at it and I realized that anime is in the name. It's anime into, right? Like anime is in the
Dude,
name right there.
this is the most weeb thing I've ever heard, and I love it, dude.
Yeah, man. Um, let's see. Manga. I was reading recently. Oh God. Um, so I was trying to get into Haikyuu. Um, and you know what?
Like doing like set design stuff, which I've started to do in the recent stream. I did like a lighting setup for the background, and I've gotten my lighting and everything set up really nicely. So quality wise, I've gotten to a good spot. My audio is good and everything. But like game wise, that was the big thing. I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I just I like variety. I think at this point, where I'm at, it's kind of easy for me to just talk. And for whatever reason, I've had a few people tell me this. They're just like this random guy came in. He's like, dude, you're just like, you're entertaining to listen to. I'm not sure why. And I was like, you know what? I'll take it. I don't know why either. I have no idea why anyone listens to me, but thank you. So I'm blessed with this like ability to where it's not necessarily the game that I'm playing that people seem to want to watch, which is awesome because I'm not good at games. Um, like really, it's bad, dude. So like, yeah, I wanted to get back into Minecraft just because I know it's a fun throwback for anybody that used to watch my videos, and
Yeah.
I haven't played it in so long that it's still very new to me. And yeah, I'm starting to set like a schedule for the week so people will know like what I'm playing, and then I can have like I can prepare for it better. So I'm giving myself like an hour beforehand to make sure everything is like super set up and like and good, so I don't run into any issues. But yeah, I'm hopping in between. I'm doing like Power Wash Simulator tomorrow. I mean, like it's just random crap.
Ooh. Okay.
Like just really, really random crap. Like Minecraft Power Wash Simulator. I want to do like a horror game once a week, just because people really like to watch me get scared. Which uh, I can't necessarily say it's my favorite when it's like 1 in the morning. Um,
Yeah.
but but it's fun. So yeah, just kind of sticking with variety. Minecraft will not necessarily be like the thing I'm doing, but I'm definitely planning to have it in there at least twice a week. Um, just because I know that for anybody who used to watch my videos, it's a nice kind of it's like comfort food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A horrible way to do it, but hey, I mean my name was food related back in the day, so.
That is right. That is right. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, dude,
Yeah.
are you planning to stream anytime soon?
No.
Oh, there we go.
um. Yeah. Um. I so my girlfriend has her own Twitch that she streams on, and I was just like, "Hey, why don't I just be like a guest on excuse me, on your streams?" Um, I feel like I don't know, like for now, like I've barely just breached being a guest on people's streams, so I think I like to do that a bit more before I have my own streams. Um, Yeah, there's something about something video program. You gotta download to connect the
Yeah.
current recording program that I have with Twitch's thing, something. So yeah, like
What are you using to record with?
so I have this thing called ScreenRec, and it's really actually cool. So what you can do is you can literally just you have this weird like stretcher, and you can just stretch it to as much or as little of a screen that you want,
Mhm.
and I guess let people know where they can find you. Um, Twitch.com/goober smooches.
No, man. So here's the issue with having like 15 different aliases. Every social media is like a different name at this point.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so on Twitch, I am DylanBailey. Um, I yeah, that's me on there. On Twitter, it's Gooby Smooch because somebody took Goober Smooches. Um, there was something else. I think TikTok was Goober Smooches too, maybe Tunes or something. Instagram's the same thing. Yeah. And then I mean then like all my I am sleepless stuff. I mean, just a bunch of crap. Just a bunch of crap. But I guess the main one's probably just Twitch because then that links to everything else.
Nice. Okay.
Except for my
So
old
yeah,
Newgrounds account.
you're. Oh my God. I
I
was like,
never forgot about it, man.
why did he say old and new? And then I'm like, oh wait, it's new grounds. This is the site. Boy, am I a silly goose, dude.
It's okay, man. I don't forgive you.
That's what's up. Um, well, heck yeah. I will definitely, um, I will definitely be on your next stream as the
Yes,
honorary
sir.
mod.
Yes, sir. Well,
Hmm.
dude, I appreciate you having me on, man. It's always a blast talking to you, dude.
Oh yeah. Thanks for coming on. Can't wait to, get this out there and have another like awesome reception of people. Because I tell you, man, they come out of the woodwork. Like people like they like still like I said with my one friend, like people are like out there still going like, "Oh my God, do you remember BananaPieLord? That's so crazy." And then like like my video, my our last part we did together, the few comments I got were from people who, I mean, I don't know, maybe, but like I don't even think maybe like you really recalled them. It's like they're just old fans that are always waiting.
I know, dude. It's bizarre, dude. I've seen that a lot with like Twitch, like just people coming out of the woodworks, like you said, dude. It's so bizarre, man. It's really cool, but it is so bizarre.
Yeah, for sure. Duh. Well, all right, epic. Banana time.